Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is my video reviewing my first book club read, if you will. No Excuses, The Power of Self-Discipline by Brian Tracy. As you can see, I have made notes and we're going to begin. And I'm just going to do a brief overview of this book. I'm sitting outside of the theater in my local area. Lots of families out today. And it's just a really, trying to get this right here. It's just a really nice day. And I'm going to go ahead and get cracking on this review. So, No Excuses by Brian Tracy, The Power of Self-Discipline. Excellent read. I highly recommend it. This book is written in 3 parts. He talks about self-discipline and personal success, self-discipline in business, sales, and finances, self-discipline and the good life. Self-discipline is self-mastery or self-control, and the main idea of this book in its entirety is that you must delay gratification in the short term in order to reap the benefits in the long term. I'm going to put the word, you must delay instant gratification. We're a society that loves to be instantly satisfied, and we don't think about that we've still got to live 5, 10, 15 years from now. Heck, we don't even think about, I got to make it next month. You know, a lot of times we spend all of our money knowing that we're living hand to mouth. A lot of times we think about relationships in the short term, you know, hey, I'll date her 1 or 2 times, or I'll date him 1 or 2 times. We'll get together, you know, for friends with benefits type of thing, and don't think about how that affects us in the long term. So I'm glad that he has that in there. So in the short term, you have to think, plan, and work hard for long-term success. I agree with him. In order to have success that you can see 10, 20 years from now, you've got to work hard now. This made me think of setting up a serve in volleyball and in tennis. I played both sports kind of late in my youth. I was about 14 when I played volleyball with my church youth group against other church youth groups. And I was about 18, senior in high school, and I walked on our tennis team and had great success with that as a doubles player. And when I'm serving in either sport, I have to think about and make decisions about where I'm going to serve the ball, where I want the ball to hit on the other side of the net, whether or not I want it to be in a place in which I know it'll be almost impossible for my competitors to get to in order to, you know, have the ball in play, etc. So I thought of it like that I'm setting up my serve in both sports. I'm planning strategically on how I can have success by how I serve up the ball. And I have my eye on the ball when I'm serving it. So we have to always keep our eye on the ball. Always, always, always. We're never not thinking about where I want this to go and how this will serve me in the long term, how this will rack up points in my life and how I can win in life. So thought of that as I was reading that. He talks a lot about universal laws, the Pareto principle. And the Pareto principle is essentially the 80-20 rule that we have heard about in popular culture. And universal laws, if you know about the law of attraction, you know about one of the universal laws. And I just encourage you to study the others. You know, you can go on Google or Bing or whatever and type in universal laws and you'll learn about the rest of them. If you only know about the law of attraction, let me just tell you, that's like having just lettuce and calling that a salad. Just lettuce is not a salad. You need other vegetables in order to fortify you, to give you the nutrition that you need, the vitamins, the minerals, the beta carotene, the lycopene, the antioxidants, etc. So same thing with universal laws. You need to know what they are and how to incorporate them in your life so that they're working in your favor and fortifying you in the way that you need. Okay, he talks about taking responsibility for your actions and decisions, which is very important. He talks about not blaming others. He talks about money and emotions, and we do emote through our relationship with money. Let me just say that. He talks about goals and having high income as a goal. He talks about persistence, the 40 plus formula, among many other things. Now, let me just say that the 40 plus formula is essentially, if you're only working 40 hours a week, you're going to be broke for the rest of your life. You're not going to have money for retirement. You're not going to make it. Most of the top, we'll say 20%, I forget what percentage he uses in the book, the people with the most wealth in the world work well beyond 40 hours a week. A lot of them work, I think the magic number was around 59 hours a week. A lot of them work more than that. And we'll talk about the entertainment industry as an example. In entertainment, when you see people who are television stars, you know, they have TV shows, they're shooting 12 hours, 16 hours a day. So it's the same kind of thing, you know. You have to really work a lot and master your craft. And repetition is practice. You know, you're constantly practicing running lines, practicing music, whatever it is you do in the entertainment industry, if you are talent in that industry. So I use that as an example to say this. Whatever you want to do in life, you have to practice. You have to know the universal laws. You have to be willing to learn new things. All of that. And you have to take responsibility for your life. Responsibility starts with how you market and brand yourself. And I don't care what industry you're in, the essential way to do that is some type of resume, whether it's a hard copy, you know, paper document, or, you know, a tape, a reel. And you know what industries require a reel if you're in those industries. If it's a portfolio, whatever it is, you have to market yourself. And if you're in a job, which he calls just over broke, which I love that. I don't know if that's his acronym for job or if that came from somewhere else, but it's so true. People with jobs versus careers are in a bind. They're living from paycheck to paycheck. They don't know how they're going to make it. And there has to be a better way is what they keep thinking. This book will start you off on figuring out your better way. I love how he has the stop clock there. Get this book. Get this book. Get this book. I haven't decided yet what the next book club choice will be, but I will announce it on Monday, and we're going to get cracking on these books. And we're going to boost our self-confidence through several different things as we read. But self-discipline goes hand in hand. And he says this, I swear to God, I turned the page, it's kind of early in the book, and there it was. And that is, in order to have self-confidence in your life, in order to master yourself, have self-mastery, you have to have discipline. If you're not disciplined to do the things that you need to do, you will not have self-mastery in your life. And we all deserve self-mastery. We really, really do. There's just no other way to put that. So, thank you so much.